Are you ready to unlock the transformative power of selfless giving using your gifts and superpowers? Because what if I told you that your hidden talents, your gifts, they could become superpowers for you and you could change someone's life today? Maybe you're tired of feeling like your potential is going to waste, or you've wanted to make a bigger difference in the world, a greater impact, but you don't know where to start. If that's you, you're going to want to watch this video, because today I want to cover 7 ways that you can master the art of selfless giving using gifts and superpowers you have in order to make a greater impact. So whether you're looking to make a difference in your personal life, it could be your career, it could be in your community, this video is going to show you how to really unleash your extraordinary abilities through the power of giving without expectation. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment your thoughts along the way, because I love to hear people's feedback. You can also find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, or at thegivermethod.com, where you can get on our waiting list for the Giver Method book that's going to be coming out, or receive more information about our upcoming 8-week Giver Academy. So my name is Jake Talbert, and I am the founder and chief giver at the Giver Method. And if you're new here, I want to kind of cover what we focus on is we help you to identify what your gifts and superpowers could be and develop them so that you can then identify the right people that you can influence, that you can make an impact on, super intentional impact on, using your gifts and superpowers, providing value to them in a way that's so clear, and doing so in a way without expecting anything in return, and doing it in a way that your engagements, interactions, discussions you have with them are as effective and eager as possible. The outcome of that is going to be, number 1, you're going to make a greater impact in the world. You're going to see what we call relationship riches coming back to you, better relationships with your spouse, your partner, your children, your parents, siblings, friends, coworkers, whoever it may be. The other one that I tend to notice, I just call it the universe has a way of paying you back. Those who take their gifts and superpowers and give without asking for anything in return, the universe has a way of paying them back. Now, it's not every single time, but I've seen this happen consistently again and again, and so I want to invite you to step into that as well. And so as a part of that, today we are going to be diving into that selfless giving using your gifts and superpowers. Now, have you felt a deep satisfaction of helping someone before? Now, have you done that without expecting anything in return, especially when you're using your natural talents? Because that's really the essence of selfless giving. There's such a feeling that comes with that. And it's not about, people can donate money, people can volunteer occasionally, but this is about leveraging your own unique abilities to help transform the lives around you, and that's going to include your own life. So are you ready to unlock your incredible potential that you could have with this? If so, let's dive in. We're going to start with the first way that you can do that, which is you actually have to start by identifying and embracing your own gifts and superpowers. We have tons of videos on the channel all about how to find your superpower, how to develop a superpower, so you can go check those out. But the foundation of being able to have impactful and selfless giving is to understand what those gifts and superpowers are. And they're the abilities that are just going to come natural to you, that you excel at without any effort. So if you haven't done so before, take some time and write down, what are you exceptionally good at? What do people often come to you for help on? What do they compliment you on? Where do you feel the most alive? What activities do you lose track of time? Because these are going to be clues as to what your superpowers could be, or the gifts that you could develop into that. Now, remember that your gifts may seem ordinary because they come so naturally to you, but sometimes those are the ones that are actually extraordinary and can make a great impact, and you just don't realize it. So you need to embrace your gifts, and the first step is to start using them by giving them selflessly. And so your action step, because I like to give people homework, if you haven't already started writing stuff down, is that I want you to make a list of 3 to 5 gifts and superpowers that you have, and go ahead and go talk to friends and family members, someone you trust, and ask them what they see as your strengths, so you can gain additional insight and perspective, and then reflect on that so you can start to identify, well, which are the gifts and superpowers that I want to start utilizing more. The second way that you can really unlock your potential on this is that you want to really cultivate a giving mindset that's really centered around your gifts. So once you've identified those gifts and superpowers, you need to start to focus away from the what can I get, how can I use, and start to think of it as like, well, how can I make an impact with this? How can I use the abilities to give or to change or to really uplift those around me? And along the way, that's going to do it to yourself as well. So what I challenge you to do is start by asking yourself each day, how can I add value to someone's life today using my gifts and superpowers? And this is going to be a bit of a mind shift for some people and allows you to hopefully see more opportunities that you could be giving that hopefully align then with your natural talents and skills. It's going to make giving feel effortless and enjoyable rather than like it's a chore. So it makes it super easy. So your action step here is to set daily intentions to use your gifts and superpowers in acts of kindness, in service, or whatever that may be. Start being super intentional about how you could show up and how you could use those on a daily basis to change people's lives. The third way that you really unlock this potential of what you can do is identifying your sphere of influence. Now, once you know your gifts and superpowers, you need to know who's the right people to use it on, who to influence, who to make that intentional impact on. And understanding who you can influence is actually one of the most effective ways for you to identify how you're going to use your gifts and superpowers. It's a critical step to creating lasting impact. Your sphere of influence, it includes those who are naturally drawn to and gravitate towards your talents, your skills, your gift, and those who can benefit the most from your unique abilities. Now, that could be family, friends, colleagues. It could be a specific community that you're looking to make an impact on, or some sort of a group that aligns with your passion and skills. By focusing your efforts in this way on where you have the most influence and your influence is the strongest, it's going to help you to maximize your impact. So your action step here is to map out your sphere of influence. Identify who are the groups, the individuals who could benefit the most from your gifts and superpowers. The fourth way to unlock this potential is to practice both empathy and active listening to uncover individuals' needs. In the book, The Giver Method, when it comes out, every chapter, it feels like, has something about active listening and or empathy built into it because it's so important about becoming a giver. And so to selflessly and effectively give, you need to understand the true needs of the other person. So this is where empathy and active listening can really enhance your superpower, or it can even become a superpower based off what it may be. So practice putting yourself into other shoes. Listen not just so that you can respond, but so that you can understand deeper. Ask additional questions. Try to get to the core of the why of what they're feeling, saying, whatever that may be. Pay attention to those nonverbal cues that there could be when you're asking open-ended questions. This sort of a deep understanding, it's going to help you to identify how you can apply your gifts in the most impactful way possible to those individuals. Your action step for this one is going to be in your next conversation or conversations throughout this day. Practice that active listening. Look for the ways that you can be utilizing empathy by focusing entirely on the other person. And then afterward, you're going to want to reflect on how that went. How did you use your gifts and superpowers in that scenario? How could you have addressed their needs and challenges in a different way? And that reflection is going to help give you insight on how you can continue to grow. The fifth way is now taking everything we've talked about, 1 through 4, and combining it all together. So we understand our gifts and superpowers. We understand who we can influence. We understand the right ways to listen and to use empathy. And so we're going to basically blend them all together. And you want to be aligning your giving with your unique abilities. So look for the opportunities that you can give that align perfectly with your unique abilities. If you're a great writer, maybe you can help write something, help someone in writing some sort of a grant application or an article or whatever the thing may be. If you're a great listener, perhaps you can be emotional support to friends or family members who maybe are going through something hard. By giving in ways that really emphasize and align with your superpowers, you can create so much more of a significant impact with less effort. So your action step here is for you to choose one of those superpowers and brainstorm at least 3 ways, hopefully more ways, that you could use it to help others that are in your sphere of influence. Maybe it's individuals, maybe it's type of individuals or situations that you could utilize that in. The 6th way is one of the core principles of the Giver Method, which is to give without expectation, but also with intention. So the true power of selfless giving, it's going to come when you give without expecting anything in return. However, this doesn't mean that you're going to give without intention. You're not just giving for the sake of giving. You are using your gifts purposefully. That intention is what's going to actually create positive change, and people will notice when you're being intentional about that. You can start by doing small acts of kindness, small things of service, leveraging your gifts and superpowers, however that may look. And as you practice giving intentionally without that expectation, you're going to start to experience more joy. And you're going to experience, it's a joy that comes with selfless giving, but that's where you really will start to notice the enhanced relationships, those relationship riches we talked about. And who knows, maybe you start to see some benefits, some things that the universe starts paying you back with. And so your action step here is that you need to perform at least one hyper-intentional act of giving using your gifts this week. And focus on the act itself and how you can benefit the person and not so much on the return. And the seventh way of doing this is that you really focus on the fact that you're creating a ripple effect, and you do that by inspiring others. When you are giving in this way, selflessly, and using your gifts and superpowers, you're not only helping the individual that you're giving to, but you are inspiring them, you are changing them, and that can change those around them. Or others see you doing this, and it inspires them to create change. And so there can be all sorts of ripple effects that come from that. You create these ripples and we'll call them ripples of generosity, and it can truly transform your relationship with individuals. It can transform communities, it can transform families, businesses, whatever it may be. So share your giving experiences with others. It's not a boasting thing, but it's designed to inspire and show how they too can use their unique gifts and superpowers to make a difference. One way you could do that is sharing this video with someone that you think could benefit from it. Focus on the leading by example, whether that's at home, with friends and family, your workplace, community, whatever that may be. Focus on leading by the example of being hyper-intentional, being present, and giving without expecting. Your action step is going to be to actually share a story with someone, how you have used your gifts and superpowers, and that the reason you used it on an individual, and what was the benefit, what came from that. Encourage others to identify what their gifts are. What can they use to start giving? And so as you identify your gifts and superpowers in that sort of a giving mindset, and you understand the influence, the right people to give it to, you are practicing active listening, practicing empathy, you align giving as much as you can with your abilities, you're giving without expecting anything in return, and you're working to inspire others. That's when you're truly mastering the art of selfless giving, and that's really where you're going to start noticing that you are creating lasting impact on others. Remember, your gifts, your superpowers, they are super unique to you. You are the only one that has those specific things in that specific way. When you use them in service with others, you're not just helping in that, helping to help. You are truly offering something that only you can give to them, to that individual, to that group, to that whatever it may look like. So that is where we really open this power of selfless giving. If you found these tips helpful, once again, subscribe to the channel, go ahead and leave a comment, anything in the comment box. I love to get back to people. I love to respond and such. You can find us at TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all those places, or thegivermethod.com. Now, if you are truly ready to take your gifts and superpowers, if you want to start the journey to get yourself to the next level, learn how you can create more impact, how you can identify and use your gifts and superpowers, then I've got this opportunity for you, because we are getting ready to start one of our Giver Academy, which is an 8-week online workshop that we walk through with you. We're actually looking for a few more individuals who can join that. And in it, you're going to learn how to first identify and harness your superpowers, go through this idea of identifying true influence that you can have, selfless giving, all sorts of stuff like that, so that you can make a lasting change in your life and the lives of those around you. If that sounds interesting to you, you just have to send an email to info@thegivermethod.com with the subject line impact. And we will then send you all the details about the program, when it's starting, pricing, all that sort of stuff. Your journey towards all of this, consider this your call from the universe, because your journey to becoming a giver and an impact maker and mastering this idea of selfless giving, it starts right now. So take this as your opportunity. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. I believe in you, and the world, the universe, they're waiting for you to realize who you are and step into that so you can make that lasting change and impact you're looking to make. Until next time, keep growing, keep giving, keep making as best a difference as you can, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.